But then also, like, thinking like a totalitarian dictator, it would make some sense to start small with big punishments for little itty bitty things that they feel like you don't have any valid excuse for not doing, right? Like, I don't, they probably don't think that I have any valid reason to not have proper tags, right? So give me big, huge consequences, like eternal consequences, big, huge fucking consequences for like an unnecessary, boycott against badges and plates, right? So then imagine if you're really like a dictator, right? And you're gonna start with huge consequences for little, nothing, insignificant, arbitrary crimes, right? And so then imagine the degree that everybody will then automatically start comply with huger and huger and huger and huger asks, and huger like modifications of behavior, thought, lifestyle, etc., etc., etc. And no matter how insane they get, no matter how arbitrary they get, no matter how discriminatory they get, no matter how controlling they get, no matter, the more we're desensitized to huge freaking consequences for little tiny infractions like improper plates, right? Like, I mean, it's like, just look at like parking enforcement where you can get like, where I got my parking ticket in Portland was $110. Just like, that's like the standard parking ticket. And I mean, and it gets to as stupid as being like 1 inch too far from the freaking curb, or like 1 inch too far over the line. If they really want to nitpick, right? That's like 110. I mean, in my mind, that's a huge, with minimum wage $15, that means you have to work. I mean, you're netting what, like 11 or 12 of those dollars maybe. That means you have to work at least 10 hours of slavery because you're 1 inch, 1 inch over the freaking line or something. I mean, in my mind, that's a huge consequence for like an insignificant crime. An insignificant crime that's like, they're not even supposed to be general searching, you know what I mean? Anyway. So just like imagine the behavior and lifestyle and all these other accommodations and all these, modifications that will like be forced to sort of comply with because they've already like beaten us down to having these already enormous consequences for little teeny tiny crimes. And when does it end, man? Like, when does it end, man? Anyway, sometimes it's hard to just overhear people talk and you're just like, we are not the same, bro. But that's why I'm me, right?